Hello, everybody. So sorry, my wife actually had to take off to take a call for work. So I just want to go ahead and introduce and welcome everybody tonight. I see a lot of people joining us. Let's see here. I see Ayana, Mia, awesome Ava. Welcome everybody, and it's nice to see so many people from all over the place. We have Taylor joining us from New York. And if I remember right from a couple of weeks ago, he was from upstate New York and not the city of New York. We have people joining us from Louisiana and other states as well. So let me know really quick, where are you from? We have Florida and Los Angeles. Really cool. It's one of the things that is one of our favorite things to do is to meet people from all over the country and also sometimes all over the world. So anyways, tonight what we're going to be doing is we'll be discussing different ways for you to become fluent faster in ASL and just some fun kind of language hacks to be able to just learn faster and make it the whole process a little bit more fun. And also tonight we're going to be doing a little bit more fingerspelling games. And so we'll be doing 5 different words or names. And we'll be doing 5 giveaways. And so our next workshop, I think it's going to be February 26th, and we're going to be discussing how you can increase your receptive skills. And so we'll be doing 5 of those, and if you're the first person to get it right, then you'll be able to win free access to our next workshop. Also, I thought might be fun too is if we get 50 likes on this one, we'll go ahead and give away our new Skillshare course away for free as well. It is something that you can sign up and for like a 2-week free trial. But if you don't want to do any of that, then we can go ahead and give that away and have free access to that one person if we can get that. And get up to that 50 likes. Also, we're going to be answering a lot of questions. So I've been taking a lot of questions from Instagram, and also I was asking questions to our Facebook group, and we'll be discussing a few of those as well. For example, somebody was asking, how do you sign something in past tense? And so we'll discuss that and some more. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and type it in the chat or in the comments. Let's see here. Long Beach, California. We have Maryland. We have another Maryland, Pennsylvania, California, Washington, Florida again, New York, Florida, Maryland, Canada. Very cool. It always surprises me how many Canadians we have here. From the Caribbean, very cool, very cool. New Mexico, California, Minnesota, Estonia, very cool. And New Jersey. So welcome everybody. And again, hopefully my wife is finished on that call soon. Sometimes work pops up. So before we actually get started, I thought maybe we can go ahead and start with the first fingerspelling word, just to kind of have a little bit of fun and give people time to join. So that first one is going to be a state, just to kind of give you a hint. And so that first one is going to be this. And let me know if you understood that really quick. Go ahead and let me know in the chat. Yeah?
And then what's this up there?
Okay. Here, I'll get it for you.
I want the bag. I want the bag.
Again, I'm alone, so I apologize. Go ahead and try that again. And if you understood it, go ahead and type that in the comments, and we'll see who was the first one.
I want the bag. I want the bag. Thank you. Oh.
Okay, and I'm back. Okay, so let's see here, going through the comments. Okay, looks like Wow, a lot of people got it right off the get-go. I'm just trying to see who the first one was. It looks like it was Leah Denton. Congratulations. So go ahead and send me an email at chris@aslbasics.com right here. And just let me know that you won, and I'll give you the Zoom link to the workshop for February 26th on the last Friday of this month. And again, it's going to be about how you can increase your receptive skills in signing. I don't know how people do this all by themselves, almost sometimes every day, or they'll do it every week. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody joining tonight and being patient while I try to do this by myself. You're welcome, Leah. Could you do it one more time, please? Sure. So, and the answer was New York. And that might be kind of a good segue to answering one of the common questions that I get a lot is, how do you sign or how do you fingerspell multiple words? For example, first name, last name. My name is Chris, and then you might just shift over a little bit and do the last name. Or the same thing for New York, where you just kind of shift that word over a little bit. That is one method, and there are others that you may come across. Your camera is blurred. Yeah, I had my my phone set up to be the video camera. We're using this really old webcam, and sometimes one of the problems it has is it'll lose focus and it'll just kind of dip in and out. I think it's better now. Let me know if the sound quality is okay, and also if the video starts to blur out. It can be a little hard for myself to see. Because we're doing everything from a laptop today. So thank you for letting me know. Yeah, blurry. So if you're VIP, can you join the workshop? Yeah, and so that's actually one of the things that we provided for free for anybody that has been able to support us do what we do. We started offering workshops just as a thank you for everybody for their support. So if you are a VIP member, whether it's here on YouTube or on Patreon, then you already have free access to all the workshops that we have done in the past, and also all the ones that we do in the future. Okay, it's good now. Yeah, I apologize. I thought I lost my contacts again. Sound quality is great. Oh, good. Well, at least it has a good microphone in it. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get that off the screen. I'm glad it's your camera. I thought it was me going blind. Okay, good. Yeah, happy it's better now. Okay, this is actually a really good question. So when a word that ends with ing, does the sign change, like do or doing the same? So this is actually pretty similar to tenses, past tense, present tense, future tense. And so one of the examples that I like to give is, maybe in English you could say I jumped, or you could say I am going to jump, or I will be jumping. And so sometimes you just think, oh, well, you just add an ed for the word jumped and it makes it past tense. But that may not always be the case. You could say, I was jumping, and you had that ing, and you wouldn't say, I jumped. In ASL, usually you would just assign the time first in the beginning of the sentence. For instance, maybe it was yesterday, right? And so if you did this, it would automatically be, I was jumping, and it becomes past tense just based off of the time parameter that you give in the beginning of your topic sentence. And so as far as going back to do or doing, so this is usually like if you're the action doing. I have things to do. Today is busy. I need to get all that done, or I need to do those things. So oftentimes the sign doesn't necessarily change all that much. Again, there are exceptions, just like English, where there's usually 3 or 4 ways to sign something, or sorry, to structure a sentence or to say a particular thing. And sign language is very much that way, to where there are multiple ways to sign a certain sentence. Let's see here. Oh, this is very cool. Ali, I was able to sign to a deaf customer yesterday because of your vids. So thank you. That's awesome. And I love hearing how people are, taking the opportunity to just learn ASL. And, especially during COVID, so many people maybe that have wanted to learn ASL or sign language in the past now have that opportunity to do that. And it's making all these things possible, to where you're able to make these connections to, whether they're a customer or they're a student, or, even your own kids. And it's amazing to be able to see all of that. Do you know any Estonian sign language? I am familiar with a few other sign languages outside of ASL, but Estonian sign language is not one of them. Sign for eyeglasses, usually it's just you're putting on a pair of glasses like this. Okay, so can you sign finish to oh, sorry. Yes, can you sign finish to show it's already done? Yeah, and so that's one of the ways that you could assign, past tense to a certain word. Instead of saying run, you could say run finish, as in I ran. And so that is one thing that you could do to add or to emphasize that that was done, or it's finished. It would happen in the past. Me run finish. And you can for most verbs you can add that, although it may not be necessary. Like eat and ate, same sign. Yeah, so you could do eat, like yesterday I ate. That becomes past tense because I had already set up that happened yesterday. You could do yesterday I eat finish. That is also another way of doing it. Chinese sign language? No, not yet. I do know a few Japanese signs. For instance, nice to meet you, or konnichiwa. So this is, in ASL, it's nice to meet you, and these are your two people meeting together. That person can come to you, or you go to that person, they meet in the middle. In Japanese sign language, because culturally they will bow to each other, this is nice to meet you. Ray Ellen is asking, quick question, is it considered disrespectful to give yourself a sign name? Yeah, so sign names are one of those things that is very
Mom.
cultural.
Mom's back. Look out.
Hey.
All right. Sorry, guys. I was on a conference call with work. It turned into easy. It turned into all kinds of stuff being talked about. So anyway, sorry. I know Chris is like, are you coming? I'm like, give me a minute. I'm coming, I swear. So, hi, guys. Sorry, I totally interrupted you.
Oh, that's fine. It's nice to have you back.
I come in and I'm like a storm. Rah! My presence is here. I'm here. So
everybody's saying hi.
Anyways,
back.
Hi guys. Okay, so what were you talking about right now? I heard you talking about
really quick.
About,
is there a sign to show that you are paying attention to the signer? So there's a sign to pay attention, or pay attention to me. Interpreters use that a lot with their deaf students.
But
hey, pay attention.
But I think they mean, is there a way to to acknowledge that they know you're paying attention to them?
Yeah, just eye contact.
Eye contact. The occasional nod of agreement is a good one. Or there's some fun ones out there too. Like if you're like, oh, that's interesting and stuff, and you don't want to sign like, oh, that's interesting. There's a mouth morpheme. I'm out of breath. I just ran down the stairs. There's a mouth morpheme that you can do that kind of signals to the person that you're talking to that you are paying attention. And you're like, oh, that's interesting. And I don't know if you can see me as I do it. Maybe you can see Chris better. But it's that. If you do that to somebody and they're talking to you and you're like, oh, that is an indicator that you're paying attention and then what they're saying is interesting to you. There's a lot of like neat little tips and tricks about certain facial tics and cues that you can do that can show that you are paying attention, where you don't necessarily have to sign like that, like, oh, wow, that's interesting, which you can sign, but you can negate those signs just by that one mouth morpheme, that right there. So pretty cool, right? Let's see.
Hi, Johnny. Welcome back.
Hi, guys.
I'm glad you're back.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see. While you take care of the comments, I'm going to see if I can set up this camera.
Okay. Is this camera
this
being
one,
weird?
yeah. You know how this one goes in and out of focus?
Okay, let's see here. Have you talked about some of the questions that we got beforehand when we did that poll?
No,
we did a poll
I haven't.
Where we asked people like,
whoops.
oh my gosh.
I took a screenshot of it too.
Where we were asking people like, hey, ask us anything. So that they had like a bunch of questions like, what about this? What about that? And I've got a question.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, so we had somebody ask, how do I sign? How old are you? And I'm 12 years old. So when
this was, oh boy.
I'm not good with the names. That's why I don't say them.
Matcha Dismartha.
Yeah.
From Instagram.
So how do you sign? How old are you? So, oh, the camera.
Okay, wait. If you go back far enough, it should focus.
Okay.
There it goes.
Okay, so it has.
We've had this camera for a while.
Okay, so how old are you? So you can do it a few ways. You can do how old you. You can do old you, what's up? Old you, how? There's a few ways that you can kind of spin it. And then me old 12. Or like me old 30. Or me old 35.
Hey.
I was wondering if you were going to catch on to it. That's funny.
Oh, really?
Anyways, oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
So Adam says, how do you sign very? So the English way to do it would be, what happened here?
Okay, I think that fixes it. No?
No.
There's like no way to turn the volume all the way down on an iPhone.
But you see what's happening? I'm
Oops.
cut off.
Oh no. Okay. Can I just exit out of it like this?
Okay. Anyways.
All right. Sorry,
so
I tried.
The English sign for very would be with V's. Very. And it goes out like this. Very. In ASL.
Just to kind of clarify, I wasn't listening to the question, but like, normally you wouldn't use the sign very. Typically, you would just emphasize that with the sign itself. For example, oh, that's important. Very important. So you wouldn't sign very important, or typically you wouldn't. A good exception, which we were actually just talking about this with a colleague about deaf students in college that are incredibly smart, but they have a hard time reading and writing because that English almost has been negated or ignored for a long time. And so talking about kind of the pros and cons of, interpreting things into ASL or interpreting things into PSE or interpreting things more transliteratively to help the deaf understand how to better read and write, because a lot of times that's what they're being assessed on. So there are definitely those pros and cons, and so it does help to know those little signs for those very special case scenarios. Usually if it's just communication, ASL is the way to go because it's much more conceptual. But in those cases, it does help to know, those little words like was or is or it or, all those different little words, or very is one of them as well.
Somebody asked, what is ASL? So ASL is American Sign Language.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that stands for, is ASL. The comments are very small on this laptop, and I'm having a hard time seeing them.
It can also mean Australian Sign Language. an Arabic sign language. So just throwing that out there too.
Somebody has to sign for
Oh,
victory. Victory. Pa! Like it's your index fingers. You'll also see people do that. They'll go pa, or a lot of people who sign, they'll just say the word, like if they're just talking to each other, like pa, like I did this, or I've seen it in a text. My boss will text it to me. She's like pa, and we know that means like victory, success, hooray.
Do you like win?
Yeah, victory.
Again, context really
yeah,
is
context
important.
is like really, really important.
Francesca's asking about the workshops. Do you have to purchase a program on your website in order to attend the workshops? Yes, but then I'd lose my outline over here, but we can make it bigger. Whoa.
There we go. It just kind of helps me see the comments because it's like, we are not in our normal spot. As I'm sure you can tell, this is not our normal background. So I'm having to do it off my laptop, not my big monitor. So I'm like, like everybody's like, pew, with the comments. So I'm like, oh. So, sorry, go back to your.
Anyway, so in the past, I did set that up to where you could just, go for the one workshop, but it ended up being a little confusing. And so I thought it would just be easier if we just wrapped everything into the same program. And so the VIP is kind of a really convenient way to get into workshops and into all the past replays and classes and other programs that we have done in the past. And it's just kind of this nice package that if you want to try it out for free, there is Beyond the Basics on our website, and you can do. I think I have it set up for like a 3-month free trial right now. If you want to take advantage of that before I actually update that. But yeah, if you want to kind of test and see if that is something that you'd be interested in, you can do it for free that way. Patreon, I think you can now do annual subscriptions, and you can get a couple months free that way. Or if you just want to try it out for a month and cancel it before you get, that's also an option as well. And we're also going to be giving away 4 more spots to the next workshop as well. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and do that second word.
Wait, what is the word? It's
name. Over here. It's a name.
Okay, guys, it's a name. No, you see. Did you give them warning last time?
I did. I gave him warning.
I
told him it was a state.
I got you back. So it's a name. Everybody ready? It's a name. A male name. What? I'm trying to help. Okay. Stupid camera. Being weird. Okay, again, here we go. Ready?
All right. And I'll do it one more time. Yeah, this is why you keep pushing me out of frame.
Excuse me.
Like the spotlight.
Okay, and boom, that came up real quick, all the way up there.
I think it's Squidney.
Squidney. I like that name. Squidney. Congratulations,
Francesca,
Squidney.
you came really close in second. I think she'll take the next one. Francesca is doing good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Let's see here.
Good job, guys. So Squidney, does the workshop?
Yeah, workshop. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm all discombobulated. I wasn't here in the beginning, so I'm all like messed up. So go ahead.
So yeah, go ahead and email me at that email address and let me know that you won. And I'll go ahead and send you all the information for the workshop for the last Friday of this month, and it'll be about increasing your receptive skills. Okay, yeah, a lot of you guys crushed it. Very good.
I don't know if that's a well-known country to do.
What's that?
Not
I think it's good because
no. I was thinking of another country that starts with it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I
see. So the next word that he's going to do, I'm going to throw it out there so everybody can kind of get the brains going because I'm a nice person. It's a country. Okay. So it's going to be a country is the next one that we're going to do. So, okay, scroll back up because I feel like I missed like 1,000 things up there, and I was like, okay,
double screen.
I see 2 Chris's. Okay.
Tonight's gonna be an interesting night.
Yeah. I'm like, sorry guys.
It's too bad because I had everything set up, and then we got
Stupid camera.
Oh, out of focus.
Yeah. Then I got a phone call, and then it just kind of went from there.
My camera.
Don't do this to me, camera. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So this is what happens when you like set up remotely in a different way. It just doesn't always work. Okay, here we go. Can you sign warn? So it's like a tap on the wrist, like a warning. Up, up, up. Hand me your phone.
Hey, Inhumans. I love that show.
Oh.
Yeah. Was it Black Lightning? Oh no,
Bolt.
no, Bolt.
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
Who? For what?
Because he was one of the main characters is essentially mute, so he uses his own sign language.
I know. That was something that was really interesting to me when I first started watching that show, and he started doing what I thought was sign language, and I was like, what? And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what is he doing? And I'm like, oh, it's like their own made up. But
yeah, and like the Tusken Raiders from The Mandalorian is also not ASL, but it's.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if they're using another sign language or if they just kind of invented something from scratch.
And when it comes to like.
But I think they did use deaf actors for The Mandalorian.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Like in Humans, when you look at something like that and how he was doing his own sign, that in a sense is what we would call home sign, where they have come up with their own sign language. And you'll see that many times. Families who don't learn sign language with their children, they kind of make up their own signs. And it's called home sign. And we've come across that many times in education where a student will sign something and we're like, that's not correct. And then we're figuring it out, oh, it's their way of doing it. It's their home sign. And so that's kind of, if you've ever been curious about, or if you've heard that term, if you're familiar with Inhumans, that's what that would be. Is a home sign type thing.
I'm going to try something really quick.
Uh-oh, look out, guys.
I'm going to see if I can
He's
switch
gonna
into
try
the
something.
internal webcam.
Okay, there it is.
Okay, so
much better because now it's not gonna.
It's a little darker and a lot
grainy,
grayer, but I think the
it's fine.
focus should be okay. A few quick ones. Sign for dangerous or danger.
Oh, dangerous.
Not to be confused with like hard-hearted, like care less.
Oh yeah.
There's another really quick one I saw.
How do you sign pets? So like animals, like pets would be like this.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Pets.
Some will do it with the closed fist, but usually it's kind of relaxed. Like you're just kind of petting your hand.
Like right now, I have my pet
Cat,
who's sleeping
dog,
on my feet.
DOG.
My big old
dog.
golden retriever is like laying on my feet. Scroll down. Beep, 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 beep. How do you sign period? So like the
depends. Period in class or the punctuation period.
Yeah. Like the class period or the punctuation or
the other period. What?
Oh, you're sad.
Okay.
So
period.
Yeah.
Like this is
period.
like not necessarily like the punctuation, like
But it's like
this the boy
point,
went
period.
to
Like,
the house. If you're doing like and then period, like this is if you are like giving the words or giving the sentence word for word. Period. This is like
this,
I'm done. Period.
Like a mom. I'm finished. Period. This is it. We're not talking about it no more.
Other ones be like class.
Class.
Like, I have fifth period, fifth class.
I've seen fifth period. I've seen them do that. Fifth period is very English. I myself have done it.
And then the other one is this.
Period. How do you sign laundry room? So there's a few ways you could do it. You could do clothes, wash, room. You can do, because this is a sign for like a laundry machine, like clothes. So you can do machine, room. I think that's pretty much it. I wouldn't do clothes room.
No, because that'd be more of a closet.
But yeah. Wait.
Oh, I'm not sure about this. I'll have to look this up. Manga or anime, does that have a sign? I think it's Fingerspell.
What's manga?
It's Japanese like comics.
Oh, that I don't know. I honestly don't. I just realized I recently learned what anime meant. No joke. My niece is like totally into anime, and I recently learned what anime was. Like I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it meant. Like anime, animation.
Bible study, or some will do Jesus book for Bible study. So just a few ways of signing that.
Asked, how do you sign room?
Room in general, usually it's like this, or some will do it with the R's, English
right
initialized signs.
I learned it with an R once upon a time before it, yeah. like I said, like we've talked about before, it doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it different. So if you ever see somebody, wait, I'm not finished. Making my point.
Go ahead.
If you ever see somebody do this, it's not to look at that person and be like, hey, it's different. A lot of deaf will still sign, like old school deaf will sign room. It's just always something to keep in the back of your mind. It's room and it's room. So just kind of keep it
backwards.
Just keep it in the bank, because you might see it. But yeah. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
This one. So one of these days I should just do like similar signs. Can you please show the difference between keep, be careful, borrow, and supervise?
Cool. Okay.
They are all close in hand shape and motion.
Okay. Yeah. So wait, put it back up there.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so the first one was to keep.
Keep. Mm-hmm. It's just the K's and they.
Be careful. Or
yeah, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. So,
same sign.
Circular.
It's just circular. Be careful. Borrow is directional. So like, I borrowed it. You borrowed it.
Let her borrow it.
They borrowed it. Yeah, so it's directional.
And supervise. Usually it's like.
Supervise.
Yeah, usually it's supervise.
Supervise is a lot like this.
I've seen overseer.
I've seen this. I've also seen it for probation.
Or like supervisor, like you're meant to take care of like a certain area.
Supervise.
You have to push this back a little bit.
My comments weren't small enough.
Right.
Supervise.
Don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So there's a few ways to. Sorry, there's a few ways you could do that.
And I'll add one more to that. Like take care.
Oh yeah, take care. Like
or
bye, take care, or keep it. Oh, it's fine, just keep it. It's just like
First grade.
Ooh, first. So the number 1 twists first grade with a G. First grade.
So some students will do grade like this.
First grade. First grade. It's true.
I have some that do it both ways.
I don't do it this way, so that's awkward for me. But first grade.
My high school students does grade like this.
How do you sign painting or paint? So paint, like the brush, just. And then if you're talking about a painting, you would do painting. So your fingers would make the shape of the canvas. So a painting. Like you're painting, a painter.
ASL Core has an entire ASL like list of all the different like art signs. And actually, I would encourage you to go ahead and use that because that's going to be signs that are invented from the deaf, and it's an ongoing community and discussion and
constantly
always changing. So if you want like the most like recent, I would encourage you to check out ASL core.org. Let me
type it in the chat. ASLcore.org has a lot of really cool stuff. We use it a lot with interpreting. We use it in the schools. We really put it out there. We tell a lot of our students, not like we're teaching you sign students, but like his like deaf students, we show them these resources too because sometimes they don't even know. And so it's a good way for them to be able to like figure out how to do certain signs and things. So yeah, super cool. I can't reach the mouse.
What was I gonna add? Oh, anyways, so they have ones like if you're being more intricate with your painting, like this is like a big
like painting
thick paintbrush.
This is like my floppy.
Like if you're painting a room,
that's true.
or like a big canvas. If you're being more intricate, you can do
with
like little paintbrush, oil painting. But yeah, if you wanted to,
I'm like painting.
Yeah, definitely check out aslcore.org.
Yeah.
It's a great resource, especially if you. I know there's a lot of that are wanting to reach into the field of interpreting, and that's a great resource if you're find yourself interpreting for like an art class in college, or even like they'll cover like physics and chemistry and advanced math science. And like they have entire categories. So definitely go check that out.
Yes, somebody asked how to sign Pikachu, and I'm like, wait. I think I know that one. Because was it like Pikachu? It has something to do with throwing that ball.
Pokemon.
Was it Pokemon? Was that just what it is? Oh, sorry, friend. I thought I knew.
Those are from the deaf students in our area. That might differ, but because
they would throw that little ball.
Oh,
Like,
that-
"Oh!"
well, especially with
Pokeball.
Pokemon Go, that mobile one where you have to throw the ball.
I got like so
and so I think
into that when it
that's
first came out.
kind of where that came
I
from,
was
is
like,
where they're
one of those
flicking the
people.
ball to capture the Pokemon.
I was one of
So
those
that
people.
just ended up being the sign in our area, at least,
Yeah.
for Pokemon.
Wait. Ooh. There is a sign for chocolate. So it's a C on the top of your fist and it circles chocolate. Same with vanilla with a V. Vanilla chocolate.
I haven't done a word in a while. Let's throw that third word.
Okay,
in
here we
there.
go. Ready, you guys? I said it was a country and it starts with a B. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Like a split second, I can remember how to spell it. I was like, wait.
Yeah, so let us know what that word was, or that country.
Man, that comes up fast all of a sudden. Daily sign language with Desiree. Come back, Desiree.
Man.
Right there. Up, right there.
All right.
Boom.
I was rooting for you, Francesca. Got two more.
Daily sign language with Desiree Alejandro. Congratulations, good job.
Awesome.
I know. I was like, I try to give you guys a heads up. I'm like, it's the other country I was thinking of that starts with a B, but I don't know if a lot of people like are as into it as like I personally am.
And real quick, Brazil.
Oh yeah.
You draw
signing.
the Z with the B,
Brazil.
the B handshake.
But I was like, oh, you should do Belize. But I have a special connection with Belize, so.
Okay. What was it? Signing every day with daily sign language with Desiree Alejandro. So Desiree, go ahead and let us know that you won by emailing me at that email address, and we'll get you all the information for the workshop this month or later this month. Sorry.
Kiss me. Man, you guys blew it up.
And I was down here by myself trying to do this.
I know. I'm sorry. Hey,
trying to send
sorry.
and do the comments and all that stuff.
I had to help somebody out. We were having a powwow. Wait. I'm trying to go through all the comments.
Jackie wins.
Okay, there we go.
So,
Oh.
that's weird. My version
Oh,
of the
see,
chat.
everybody's like behind.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody reached out to me last week about this too. So this is the way it appears on ours. Somebody actually sent me a screenshot from what they saw in their chat, and their name was first for like 2 or 3 of them. But for some reason, it wasn't showing up on our end. I don't know if that's a YouTube thing or if that's a StreamYard thing. But we're looking at it through StreamYard, and that's the first one that we see. We go through the list, and that's the first one that we see.
That comes up.
If you were a little bit quicker, I really apologize. I wish we could just go ahead and get it to everybody. And maybe next week we'll be able to give more away. Maybe like the first 2 or 3, we can start doing it that way.
But how do you say? I can't read it. How do you
say? Do you have a membership?
Do you have a membership? I gotta think of the word membership for a second.
Shouldn't have read it if you didn't know.
No.
So there is a sign for member.
You could fingerspell it. Actually, honestly, I would fingerspell it. Is what I would do.
Yeah, there's the sign for subscription. So you could use that depending on the context.
It reminds me of other signs that are used.
That is also used for unemployment or for what's the other one? Anyway, it was federal aid.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm I can't think of the words. But yeah, so you would say are you, and then fingerspell membership. You have membership.
Whoops, that's not the one.
Let's go ahead.
Oh, sorry, that's not the one I was looking for. Anyways, first time catching a live stream, are body parts basically pointing and fingerspelling, or are there specific signs?
So pretty much, it just kind of depends. So your arm, you would sign your arm. Hands have their own sign. It's hands. Feet. So you would do the sign for walking and then point. Same with you would point to the tips of your fingers for toes. You would do that. Legs are L's, and then they go down your legs. That's a very English way to do it, but it is done that way.
Go ahead. Eyes, nose,
mouth, ears, things like that. Yeah.
And then jawline. Most of it
Teeth.
is just pointing.
There are some signs.
I mean, there's like sign for body itself.
Body. Heart has its own sign. Lungs have their own sign.
Yeah. Usually, I think I've seen lungs like this because you're. Although breathing is up like this. Anyways.
Variations. How do you sign future in ASL? So future is directional. So when you imagine your body is the present. This is the time right now. Future, past. So anything going this way would be considered the future. Anything from your body to the back would be the past. Like, so last year, next year. So like, the sign for year. So forward, in the future, in the past. So your body is always that present, the present time.
Okay, so for the color beige, do you sign white and then fingerspell beige, or is there a sign for it?
Beige? I would do tan.
Yeah.
I would if you're trying to be really specific with the word, like beige is important, then I would fingerspell beige. But if you're just referring to like the color, like beige, it's like kind of tan. Like it's like a tan, a light brown, like tan. If you're just trying to be more generalized, but if you're really trying to be specific, then yeah, I would fingerspell that word. And even
like
maybe
if
show
it's
an
like
example.
that painting going on your wall in your house, then you might
word
really
needs to be
want to
beige.
be exact. But yeah, and there's a deaf YouTuber, and I think his name is Jeremy, but he has a really good video about colors. And something like recently, like I learned, was like normally when you sign like dark, like it's dark red, but he was saying in his video that for colors, like for paints or different colors, dark, like it's heavy. It's heavy, like dark brown. It wouldn't be dark. This is more like a light source, like it was a dark day today, or we were under the building and it was dark.
Like that.
But for like colors, it's like it's thick, it's heavy, it has substance. It goes deep or dark red.
How about that? I learned something new. I like that too. I got some interpreter friends I need to talk to and tell them about that who interpret art class. They're gonna like that. Beep bop boop bop.
Okay.
Let me get back to you. So the sign, let me get back to you. It's like in context, like I'll have to tell you later. Or like, you know what? Wait, you can get back. I'll get back to you about that. You can do that. It's very English. But I would do like, I'll have to tell you later. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. Let you know later. You can do that too. It just kind of depends on what you're wanting to do. How do you?
Fifth attempt. Yeah. Again, like we really do try to get to everybody during these live streams.
I'm telling you guys, drop it. I swear I'll find you.
Just keep trying, and eventually we'll.
There's some ways you can do it that will like be in our face about it. Super chats are one of them, to where it's a feature.
It's basically like a paid comment, and it'll float at the top, and it'll be.
And it's like right in our face where we cannot miss it. It is there. So if you really want yours done, and we just keep missing it, which I swear to God we do not do on purpose. Yeah, let us. You can do that. Okay.
Tonight I did like the theme of tonight. I'm going to mention just kind of one learning hack, because the overall theme tonight was supposed to be as far as like how can you make learning ASL faster, and how can you make it easier and make it just a more engaging process along the way. So just one tip that I want to kind of throw out there is that. Oh, which one? I might only have time for one. Let's talk about novelty for a second.
Oh, man, of course you have to do the one that I have to. He always does the ones where I have to like think about the meaning behind it.
So
I got street smarts.
Actually, I'm going to combine two in one. So language learning isn't necessarily about learning vocabulary. Language learning is really about habits and creating systems for yourself. And so one of the traps that we often find ourselves in is that we sometimes either don't establish good habits or we don't create good systems. This is a super chat, y'all. That's what it looks like. Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
It glows nice and bright.
It like that. See how it's blue? That's what it does for us. Like when he dropped that, it went boom, and it was right here. On our end, we cannot miss it. It's like there.
Yeah. So that's an option for you. Anyway, so oftentimes we fall into this trap of just kind of diving in head first without looking where we're going, and we might just kind of grasp the first thing that we latch onto. As like for sign language, usually the first place most of us go is to YouTube. And YouTube is one of the most incredible learning resources available. Like I was reading this book by Greg, I forget his last name, but it was called The Innovator's Mindset. And he was talking about these high school students that literally built a hovercraft. No, they were middle school students, 8th graders. And they went on YouTube and they learned how to build a fully functional hovercraft that would float across the basketball court. And so YouTube can be this really incredible resource for acquiring new skills. The hard thing about sign language, though, is sometimes we fall into a rut. And when something is brand new to us, it is exciting and it is novel. And our brains are really primed for novelty. The problem is that if we only do YouTube videos, or maybe we only learn from one channel or we learn from one source, eventually we might burn out or we become disengaged. So one of the most important things when learning a new language is to always introduce novelty into the process. And so if you start feeling like this is getting a little stale or you want to change things up, try something new. Maybe try going into like a group practice session that we host on the Wednesdays, or maybe try going deep at taking a college class, or maybe try learning from different channels. Start reaching out in the community and really start learning from those in your area. I know it's hard during COVID, but Meetup is a nice resource for that as well. I think it's meetup.com. Where they'll have local groups and you can just type in like ASL groups and a lot of them will pop up in your area.
But I want to kind of drop something with that. We recently learned about Meetup. I've never personally done it. And I know that can be scary because a lot of times, because I think Meetup's a Zoom thing, right? Where they're live, like they're like on a Zoom chat. Like I said, I don't know.
I think it's just it's a website, and then you can.
I'm trying to look to see if anybody like throws anything in there about it, but I know that can be a scary thing to do because it's like, I don't know you, and I'm gonna get into like this group thing with you, and we ain't that good of friends. I don't know, like it can be scary. So definitely, make sure when you go to do something like that, tread lightly with caution because you don't know. The internet is the internet, so just be careful when you are doing that. But there are resources out there for that, because COVID has thanks COVID, it's created a bunch of challenges for us doing things, but there are some resources out there to try to get these other novelties, these other opportunities for people who are trying to learn sign language or to do things like that. There was one on that meetup that we saw. It was a what was it? Is it a sign and dine? Oh, they were doing an ASL game night. They were doing on there. We saw last week they were doing an ASL game night. There's a few things on there which I was like, I'm like, that's kind of cool. So yeah, it's just one of those things that's out there. Ooh, there we go. I'm trying to like read these. Can you see these better than I can? You're sitting farther up than I am. Like you can tell I'm sitting back here.
Starting to slip.
He's sitting more forward. So.
Kenneth is mentioning try Bill Vickers.
Oh,
awesome
yes,
resource.
absolutely.
Although it's Vicers.
Vickers.
Vickers.
They've got like 3 like boom, boom, boom. So if you can like catch those because they're like really big and I can't see from way back here.
Yeah. Let's see. Whoops. My finger slipped. Simines was asking if you are watching a lot of videos, look for ones where the teacher signs to say hello, introduce a topic, etc., and doesn't just sign individual vocabulary words. And that is one of the things that we've had students where they have reams of notebooks full of vocabulary words. And you know, they go through classes, or they just learn all these vocabulary words just through videos. And it's great to have that kind of database, and it's great to have that large of a lexicon. But then you get into trouble when you are trying to have a conversation, because then you're trying to cherry pick all these different words or signs that you've learned over the years, or however long it's been, and it can be really tough to have that conversation.
Okay, baby. Yeah, and I have that problem with Spanish. I have like a gazillion vocab words, but watch me try to put it in a sentence, and it's just sad.
Cool, amazing, awesome. 100% true about the novelty thing. I took a class in college called The Science of Happiness, and novelty was a key theme. You enjoy things more when they're novel.
It's true.
Or when they're new.
It's very true. It's like working out too, when you get new workout equipment.
That's me. Brazil. That was 10 minutes ago.
Hey.
Thanks for answering, Antoinette. Sign for. You know what?
How would you sign?
Donate care packages to soldiers every month. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to you yet. I did see that came up a few times.
Packages to soldiers every month. So to donate would be to give. I've seen donate. I've seen to donate. So donate, and then the care packages that you would give to, what was it, soldiers?
Yeah. This might be one that might be better if you just kind of explain the situation.
Yeah.
So like, there's soldiers over this area. We will support how. We'll give them these packages inside what's up, clothes or materials or whatever is like in there. So again, it's hard. You could just translate word for word, but I think in that context, it'd be better to just go ahead expand and maybe explain a little bit more, and that might be a little bit more clear. And
it can be hard because, especially if you're learning, you're like, well, how do I expand it? So my advice with that would be to just think about what it is that you're doing. So like, what am I doing? I'm wanting to do this, and then focus on just kind of explaining yourself. And it doesn't have to be like this, like, but just you're wanting to make it as simple as possible, but getting your point across.
Yeah, that's not a bad stab at it. So every month, soldiers, I give packages, and then you can explain. Or give every month, soldiers.
No,
I support.
That's good. I like, absolutely, like every month, soldiers, me, give, or give, support. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, box. So box, sometimes it's like, I'm going to hand this box to you, like it's this individual thing, but usually like box or cube, you do room, and then you give it the floor and ceiling.
Box.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Box. I've seen box. Boop, boop, box. Boop, boop, boop.
Let's see here. Shy. This is one of those signs that you have to be careful with. Shy.
And I'm gonna tell you why you have to be careful with it. I'm just gonna throw it out there, because if you're signing super fast, you're like, oh yeah, he was totally shy. Okay, that's a sign for slut. If it comes out, it's like slut or whore or things like that. So with that sign in particular, you have to really act out what it is. So they were shy, and so that's where that head tilt comes in. The hand doesn't leave the face. It just is shy. And I've seen that mistake happen many times. That's kind of why I wanted to throw it out there for you, so as to not get it confused, because it can really change the meaning of your message if it's done. It's very simple. All that hand has to do is to come off, and it means something totally different. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, but shy.
Okay.
Oh, butter. Yes, I saw you. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So butter is just butter. Butter. Yeah, I know, right? Yes.
Oh man, that's a big one. Let me do the fourth word really quick. We want to make sure we get all those workshops out. Let's see here. The fourth one is a city.
It starts with an O. Here in the United States. I'm a good person.
I know. I have to make sure I spell it correctly as I do it. Okay. If you understood that one, let me know. Oh, you want a hot dog, do you?
I don't know if we have any.
I'll check.
Daddy will look. Okay.
Okay. Just for, again.
Melissa.
I
I just said it, Melissa.
I'm looking for it. Melissa Durand, Orlando. I think this is the first one. For you, yeah. She didn't win earlier. Okay, so Melissa Durand. I know. I wasn't here for the first 15 minutes.
I was here for the first 15 minutes. I don't know.
Okay, so Melissa, go ahead and send me an email at chris@aslbasics.com and let me know that you won, and I'll go ahead and get you all the information for our next workshop.
Okay.
All right.
I missed something.
How close was?
What was you said there was up.
Oh, Francesca. You know what? If you don't get it on the last one, I'm going to go ahead and give you the access to the workshop. She's been number 2, at least on our end. She's been number 2 for like the past 3 words.
Okay, scroll up because you're going to do something in. What was this?
Okay, I want to answer this one really quick because a couple years ago I worked with a deaf interpreter, and oh man, she was angry about this. Okay, so the sign for bird, right?
Oh, I love her.
And the sign for chicken, but some older signs for chicken is like this, like chicken peck because they're pecking at the food on the ground. She was taking an interpreter evaluation, and I think it was the ESSE.
Come on, check.
But anyways, she got kind of reprimanded for signing chicken. And you know, this is a deaf woman in her 50s, and she's been signing her whole life and everything. Hold on, baby, hold on.
Please.
But yeah, you should hear her tell that story because she was like so infuriated that they were like, oh well, no, chicken peck, and so she got a Gallaudet ASL dictionary and brought it to them, and she looked up chicken, and she go, look, it's chicken. But some people will do chicken. Yeah, bird or chicken is usually the same sign.
Okay, you want to go check for her?
Yeah.
And then
I go ahead and that knee.
Daddy's still recovering from knee surgery. He was sitting funny. Okay, look at that. Now I can like see better.
Oh yeah, get your husband out of the way.
Okay, so someone asked about hunger and wish. Are they similar? So hunger and wish, they are. So hungry and wish are the same sign, just depending on context. So in your facial expressions, like I'm starving, versus like, oh, I wish. I'm trying to decide if I want to add this in here or not. Yes, I'm gonna have. Okay, honey. You know what? I am gonna add it because it's kind of important. When you do the sign for hungry, I have to. The reason why you have to be careful is because some people will sign they are really hungry, and they think the best way to emphasize that is to do that sign multiple times. And that's going to express that they are very hungry. And that is not true. If you do this sign for hunger multiple times, up and down,
went too fast.
Still my spot. It means horny. And I'm saying...
Sorry. Anyway, I mean...
I know, I just was trying to avoid...
You went down that rabbit hole.
I'm trying to avoid it. But it means horny if you do that sign multiple times. And so it's a very common mistake that I've seen many people make. My mother made that mistake. So if you sign hungry one time, that's it. And just your facial expressions will say it if you're very hungry. Sorry guys. I don't like having to go down that road, but sometimes it's important, like, because I want you guys to be out there and be like, oh yeah, I'm hungry, and like this is what, you know, and then it's just not nice. So
Taylor did that once. Funny, different kind of hunger. Yeah.
Yep.
Raylan, I love your channel. You're so inclusive and kind. Thank you for all of the advice. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And that's really one of our goals, is to make everything as inclusive as possible.
It's hard to learn another language. One of the things we try to do is just to strive for honesty. Just to be 100% honest. There's so many variations, not to be like super strict, like it's one way or the highway. I don't believe in that, and that's not even true. So it's just trying to be honest and open, and really, like, any questions or anything, to just give you our experience of what we for the long time that we've been doing this. A lot of our deaf friends, the research that we've done, the resources that we have from other deaf people, just trying to like really provide that out there for everybody, because it's hard. It's hard to learn another language and a new culture and everything. So I'm glad that it is helping. I am glad that we're able to do that for you. Oh,
I always forget to bring that email up.
I saw something. Wait. What is the sign for deaf and blind? I saw that and it caught my attention. So it would be deaf and blind. So deaf, blind. I haven't really seen any other ways to do it. Just that it's deaf, blind.
Oh boy, they're starting to pour in. Okay, so we're at the 1 hour mark, and we try to keep it at 1 hour. I'm gonna go ahead and do that 5th word really quick.
And it is a
that's
soda
again.
That's old school, man. That's my favorite. But yeah, anyways. But he doesn't know that I'm gonna do this, so I'm gonna do this. Ha. For this last one, because I mean, you guys get it like this. The top 3 people who get it are going to get that. I thought so. Are going to get access to the workshop. So the first 3 who get it, because you guys are like, man, lightning fast. It's so amazing. Can we see your daughter? I don't know where she'll be back. She'll be back. She'll pop in. Don't worry. Okay.
If she comes, she won't leave.
So.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that.
I almost said it out loud.
First 3 we'll get the access to the workshop.
Old school.
Okay, ready? Again, this is a soda. Starts with the letter C. Ready? Go.
Sorry.
All right, let's do that again.
It's like my favorite soda.
All right.
Okay, give it a minute to come in. That's like.
It usually takes a few seconds.
Lightning. If nobody gets it, it's because you picked something hard. You told people. Okay, hold on.
Oh,
hold on. Wait.
Getting a lot of Canada Dries.
Hold on. I'm like seeing like everything coming
right.
in. Hold on. It's not Coca-Cola.
You're on the right track.
It's not Canada.
Okay, so let's do it
Hold on,
again.
wait. I gotta keep going because people are still coming in.
Oh, I see somebody got.
Where? No, I don't see it.
The first one.
Uh-uh.
So it is 2 words.
Yeah.
So who was the first one that got cactus?
It was
Hey, Francesca.
So
okay,
cactus.
so it's cactus, and then the second one to that same soda.
There you go. Here it comes.
Not Cactus Cola.
Hold on.
Oh, so close. Yeah.
Cactus. Boom. Yeah, you're right. Cactus Cooler. Cactus Cooler.
There we go. Cactus Cooler.
Cactus Cooler.
That was kind of an obscure one.
I know. When I saw it, I was like, you're seriously going to sign that soda to that? You're going to finger spell it? Okay.
Okay, so let's see here. First 3. All right. And again, this is on our end, what it looks like. A lot of people guessed Canada Dry. That's a really good guess. Because you saw that it was 2 words, and the first one was C. Cactus or Coca-Cola is actually a really good guess too, because there was CC, Cactus Coolers, Coca-Cola. Okay, anyway, so Francesca got the cactus part first. So Francesca. The next one that got cactus was Taylor, but you already have VIP, so let's give it to. Let's go ahead and give it to. Is it some Minds? So mine's 9.
Because you got it Cactus Cooler. I
And-
know what you're trying to say.
Elizabeth Hernandez.
All right, there we go. Whew.
Okay, so if you are one of those 3 people, send me an
That
email
was
tonight.
hard.
And we'll give you all the info for the workshop. You want to do one more real quick?
I do, because that one was hard. That was hard. Hold on. I want to do it, and I want to think of one. Hold on.
Oh,
What?
okay. So Jerry is saying that he's from South Carolina, never heard of it.
Really?
Moslin, never heard of
Cactus
it.
Cooler. See, some sodas like that, like Tab. Anybody drink Tab?
Cool, amazing, awesome.
It's like a pink can. It says Tab on it. My dad's like
Okay.
a Tab lover. Tab, could only find that in Arizona.
If you've
at
never
one point.
tried it, it's worth
It's
trying
like a,
out. It's
pineapple thing. Okay, so we're gonna do another one because half the people were like, "What is that? What is that?" And I don't blame you. Okay, hold on. Let me think. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna do one. Maybe you should fingerspell. But it's a candy. Okay, it's a candy.
okay.
What do you think? Is that a good one? That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
would you-
Let's narrow that down because it's not necessarily a candy in the traditional sense. It's a
It's
candy bar.
It's a candy bar. It's a candy bar. Okay. Okay. Wait, hold on. Scroll down because I can't see everybody. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. It's a candy bar.
Do
Ready?
you sign important for worth? Important and then worth.
It bounces. It taps. Worth.
Okay, so
Uno mas. Uno mas.
again, this is a candy
This
bar.
is a candy bar. Bam.
You're
One.
coming in.
Woo, that was fast. Now they all come in
Okay.
at like the scroll up.
I know they all come in like all at the same time.
Instantaneous. So here you go. And 1, 2,
Oh, you gonna do the top 3
3.
again?
I am gonna do
Okay,
top 3
okay.
because it was me right here.
All right, so Josunda, Lister,
1,
Anokina,
2,
and Moselle.
3. Yay! See, that one was easier than Cactus Cooler because not everybody knows what it is. Okay.
It's not
So,
like a what was that? What's that old soda? Is it Jolt?
oh,
It
Jolt.
was like Coca-Cola, but it had like twice as much
Jolt.
caffeine.
My brother used to drink Jolt. Crazy. Okay, put your
Okay, email address is here,
Chris at ASL Basics.
and just send me an email. Let me know, and
Mhm.
I'll go ahead and send you over all of the information for how to join our next workshop.
And-
Okay.
on, there's
Yay! Yeah, you were second, Taylor. But I think you're already a VIP, right? If you're not, just let me know, and you can email me too. I think you are.
Chris Warren.
All right, Jolt rules. Yeah, I think they discontinued that in the late
But it
90s,
came
early 2000s.
back. It came back for
did
like
it?
a little bit. Are you okay?
Oh, I think I just need to walk it off.
Well, here, why don't you stand up for a second or
Oh,
something?
that's fine. We're almost finished.
Oh yeah, so you are VIP. Okay, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. Indeedly. Okay, yeah, so...
We have hit that 1 hour mark. If we hold on, I want to scroll up really quick because I want to say that there was just a few more questions I wanted to grab really quick. Hold on. I got to get past the Cactus Cooler moment.
Sorry.
I still got to get past Cactus
Well,
Cooler moment.
it's funny. I need to ask a Canadian this, but one of the questions that I get a lot is like, how do you sign? I forgot what it's called now. It's a coffee place in Canada. It's super popular. It's Ted. Oh man, I totally forgot. But I keep getting that question, like, oh, how do you sign Ted something or another? It's Ted Hortons or Tim Hortons.
Somebody asked.
Tim Hortons. That's what it was. Tim Hortons.
I have no idea.
If there's any Canadians out there, let me know. Probably TH if it's a local thing, or maybe they have their own event that signs for.
So the sign for thirsty. And And you don't have to be careful with this one. It doesn't have any
ulterior meanings.
Risque meanings behind it, but thirsty was that one. And I just wanted to double check. Nope, I can't go up that high anymore. Tim Hortons.
Yeah, Tim Hortons.
Hortons.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the likes.
What?
Well, because if we hit the 50 likes, I was going to give away the Skillshare course to somebody.
I can't see the likes on here.
Here, go ahead and minimize the notes.
Oh, there it is.
And see here, scroll down a little bit. No, on this side. There we go.
Oh yeah, 38.
Oh, yeah, we're at 38.
Well.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and wrap things up. I'll have to figure out how to sign Tim Hortons for all the Canadians out there. And thank you both. Love hanging out with you. It's really appreciate hanging out with all of you and to be able to answer your questions. And again, feel free to ask us anything. We're really want to be here as a support for you. And for everybody that won the workshop, just again, remind me, go ahead and send me that email so I can go ahead and give you all that information. Okay, is there a sign for girl and deaf similar at all? So girl is down like this, and then deaf is going to be either from the ear to the mouth or from the mouth to the ear.
It'll go both ways.
All right. Thank you. Loved it. Well, again, thank you for joining us and sharing your time with us. And I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Anything else we should announce? I think that was it. I think that was it for this week. So we will see you guys next Wednesday. Take care. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.